Hi there everybody, second time lucky. My lamp fell off the bloody table and had 3 bulbs, but now it's only got the one. So that's something thanks to the bloody dogs. Honestly, it's just unbelievable. But hey, anyway, hi there, hello, how are you? It's Dracula's daughter being dragged through the hedge backwards. As you can, most of the hair's gone, so that's why I've got this little contraption on my head now because I've been dragged through the hedge so many times, so the hair's getting a bit thin. But hey, no, it's my Mystic Meg look. If you don't know who she is, ask your parents or your grandparents or whoever, or Google her, Mystic Meg. But anyway, I hope you're all okay. Last week I didn't post anything because I didn't have much to say, which is saying something about me. I can tell you, I've always got something to say. But anyway, so. But in the meantime, I've been running ragged around the house. I gave you a whole week and a day off, but today's Halloween, so I thought, well, I had to show willing. So happy Halloween, ooh, to you lot. So, you know, if you want to scare people, just put this video up or just put a face of me up and they'll never come a knocking again, believe me. But anyway, so I hope you're all okay and you haven't drowned in all this rain, which has been absolutely awful. I've got some stuff to do which I can't do in the rain because it's all outside, of course. But and I couldn't do it, so that's annoying. So hopefully by the end of the week it'll all be okay. But anyway, so hope you're all okay. Hope you're all right. And over the last few weeks I haven't done much talking about trans stuff, have I? So okay, this is the second time I've done this video now. So as you know, I don't edit anything, and Simba has just been so naughty. I had to lock them both out. So they're in the bedroom at the moment. So no doubt wrecking the bedroom as per. But anyway, so and do you know, I've been running ragged around this house. There's about 4 items, or 3, because I found one this morning, which I wasn't even looking for it, but 3 items that I know that I have, and I've been looking everywhere for them. And can I find them? Can I bog roll? So they're out somewhere in the house. One of them is a little screen thing that synced via Bluetooth with my old action camera. Is that I need to find, because I need to take that back to the shop where I took the camera back to swap over for the normal camera. But anyway, so can't find that. Can't find, what else was it? Nail glue. I bought that only 2 weeks ago, and I can't find it. I think I've used it twice and I can't find it. Looked everywhere, even in the bin, thinking it might fall in the bin somewhere, or just landed in a bag or something, but no, nowhere. I've gone through everything, but it's not even on the desk, which is what I usually have. It's not with my nail stuff. It's not with my nail polishes. It's not with my nail gel stuff. So, but anyways, it's around somewhere. But one day I'll find it when I don't need it, I suppose. But hey ho. No, it's not there. It's not there. Sorry. Oh, similar. It's okay. It's okay. I've got bags there, stuff in, and all my paperwork, which I've got to go through. And I thought, what's that glinting in there? Was a mirror. But anyway, so yes, so they've been naughty and annoying me today. Get a dog, they said, or it'll keep you all happy and smiling and young. They said, please, stress, strife, and anxiety. Honestly, but I, you know, my life wouldn't be the same without them. The cat's around somewhere. He's 16, bless him, as you all know. But anyway, so I haven't been talking a lot about trans issues in the last couple of videos, have I? Well, over the last week, I spoilt you by not making a video. So, but anyway, so the real reason I've got this on my head is because I've been moving furniture around in the lounge over the last couple of days and sorting stuff out, and go, oh no, it's not nice there, and move it over and everything. And I thought, oh grief. So at the moment, I've chosen this spot here where I started in-house to do my videoing. So I've come back to this corner here. At the moment, this is where my desk is. So this is where I do my studying. And right here, as you can see, my books are there. And those are my books I'm studying at the moment, or some of them. And then some of them are... No, I've done them. It's okay, I've done them. Is that health and safety? No, it's okay. I've done them. The other books are around somewhere. But anyway, so, yes, so going back to this trans thing, and, you know, so, and it really upsets me to see these things happening online, and, but not what you think. I bet you're all thinking, oh, she's she's going to come out and sing about what people are saying and blah, 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 whatever. And, you know, and they shouldn't say that and whatever. No, they shouldn't. But I'm talking about the trans people. I'm not talking about other people that say things because of the way they feel and it's their own opinion. I'm talking about trans people. Their attitude towards other people is disgraceful. I'm not talking about all trans. I'm talking about some trans people. And it is disgusting. It is disgraceful. And in this day and age as well, you know, it's like, patience is a virtue. If somebody doesn't understand, explain to them. They still don't understand, then just walk away. Simple as. Don't scream and shout and swear at them, call them all the names under the sun. That's not gonna endear them to you, and it's definitely not gonna help situations like. And I've said this before. I've had several people coming up to me and saying, "Oh, but you're lovely as for a trans woman, Tony," and I'm thinking, but I'm lovely anyway. Tap my, you know, it's like tap my own back there, pat my own back. I mean, but it's not that. It's the fact that this is me, and why should I be angry with society because I wasn't happy in the body I was assigned in at birth? It's not society's fault that I had to go through all this. If anything, I should be, and I'm not saying there isn't, I'm not saying there isn't, each to their own. If I was a Christian and I believed in God, then I would have blamed him/her. Or I could have blamed my mother for doing something wrong when she was pregnant, or for wishing that she had a girl and turned me into a girl. Or it could be the water I drank, it could be the food I ate, but it's not society's fault. And a lot of trans people seem to forget that. It's like, I'm angry at the world. Don't be angry at the world. It's nothing to do with the world. It's within you yourself. You're not happy within yourself. So therefore, you take it out on everybody else, which is wrong. And we all do it when we're not happy with ourselves. I know, look at this dress, it's lovely. It looks like suede, but it's not. It's material, and it's faux suede, isn't it lovely? I bought it last year and I finally got into it. So yeah, and the boobs are getting too big again. The boobs are looking big because I think it's because I'm getting smaller. So the boobs aren't shrinking, thankfully. People say, "Oh, you'll lose your boobs." I'm going, "No, I have my boobs." But this bra I've got on, I've got to tighten the back of it because it was like earlier I was in the kitchen and my boobs slipped out from underneath and boop, and I thought, "Oh, right, okay." But anyway, so going back to the trans thing, and the reason why I'm talking about this was somebody posted. There was a post on Facebook on Monday, I think it was, about somebody coming out at work being trans and non-binary, I think it was. I didn't read all of it because there is just so much of it. It's just, you know, so. And there was a guy on there, he was an employer, and he said that he employed 5 people at the moment, and his business is getting bigger. Even though he didn't understand being trans or anything like that, he was a cisgendered male, you know, was happy with the way he was, and he had married and kids and stuff. And he said even though he didn't understand anything about it, being trans or being non-binary or being all these other labels that are, just as long as they did the job they were paid to do, he didn't really care if they were trans or not, because it's the person and not their sexuality or gender that counts, which in this day and age should be. But a lot of us do tend to put we concentrate more on our sexuality and gender more than anything else, which I think is wrong, because if we do that, we lose on getting to know the individual, because it's all encompassing, which I think is totally wrong. It's like, you are who you are, not what you are. I am Tony, I'm a human person, I'm a human being, I'm an adult, and that's who I am. What I am is a trainee, a criminal psychologist, and a trans woman, and that's just a small part of me. It's not a big part of me, it's a small part of me, and that's who I am. And on top of that, I happen to like men, if at all, if anything at all. Cisgendered men, so-called straight men, which a lot of people in society seem to think that if someone like me ends up with a man, then that man has to be gay in order to be with a trans woman, which is just totally wrong. I personally don't think that anyway. So, but anyway, going back to the post, and this person, I didn't read it because, like I said, there's so much stuff out there to read, and you do get bogged down with it all, and you just think, oh, and you do get bored. Unfortunately, you do get bored with all these coming out stories all the time, and it was the same in the 80s and the early 90s about all these famous people coming out as being bisexual or gay. And in the end, and even now, when somebody comes out, someone famous comes out as being gay or bi, you just, oh, whatever. And now people are saying, oh, it's because they want publicity or because they've got a new album out, blah, 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 blah. Maybe not, but you just don't know. But, and there's a big hullabaloo of, people just wrote in and, messaged and everything, so, oh, blah, 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 and whatever. And this one woman, cisgendered woman with children, grandchildren, happily married, and she basically turned around and said, look, even though I don't understand what a trans person goes through, why is it such a big deal? Why are we making it such a big deal to come out to somebody? And I agreed with it to a certain extent, because it isn't a big deal, is it? It's other people that make it a big deal. And if we make it a big deal ourselves, then it's just, I don't know, I really don't know what to say about it. It's just, I think it's silly making a big deal of what you are, who you are as a person. Tell them that you're trans, tell them you're non-binary, tell them you're gay, bisexual, lesbian, asexual, trisexual, whatever. And just leave it at that, because that doesn't matter in the scheme of things. Just as long as you are, just as long as you're good-hearted and kind-hearted and treat everybody with respect, then that's all that matters. But anyway, so this woman is just saying, yeah, it doesn't matter. She doesn't understand, but why make such a big fuss? And she wrote a lovely long message, and it was really nice. It was well written, and I should have printed it out and read it out, because it was well worth it. And then all of a sudden, right underneath that, this trans girl went absolutely, and I mean mental, wasn't the word. It was even in caps, so that this person was shouting, effing and jeffing and calling this woman a bitch because she wasn't trans, and how dare you say what you did because you're not trans, you don't know what a trans person goes through, blah 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 blah. And it was just so, and I got so angry, I got so annoyed with her, because I thought, so how dare you? This woman turned around and said that she didn't know what a trans person goes through, and I actually apologise on behalf of the trans community, because not all trans people are like that. You do get some militant ones which are really awful, and personally I think the reason why they do it is because they're not happy within themselves, and even not even surgery would make them happy. Personally, that's what I think, but that's a personal thing, blah blah blah, whatever, so just remember that all of this is all to do with me personally, my personal thoughts, no one else's, and everything. So I'll put that little disclaimer in now, just in case anybody says, oh no, this is fact. It's not fact at all. It's my personal belief, my personal opinion. I haven't seen anything written down about that or anything, so it's just my personal opinion that these trans people who are very militant and very, very political about their sexuality and gender, they have to do something and be nasty to other people who aren't trans because they are not happy within themselves. And that's what we all do when we're not happy within ourselves. There's something that we don't like, we pick it out on someone else. It's like with myself, there's things I don't like, and I used to pick it out, oh, look at you, whatever. And it's because I was insecure about myself, and that's what it boils down to, insecurity, really. A lot of trans people and gay people and bi people are in the background doing a lot of good work for us, for the community, the LBGQ plus community, in the background, without making a noise themselves. They are just there doing, doing the stuff that needs to be done without screaming and shouting online about it all. And and they are the ones that I respect the most, because they're not after the accolade for themselves. They're after to change society for all, basically. And And for trans people to, or any people to start screaming and shouting at another group that is not the same gender or sexuality as you, and spouting filth and calling them names and saying you just don't understand because you're not that type of person, is not the way to go. And I keep saying this. The only way to go is just sit them down and talk rationally and just explain what it's like to be gay, bi, trans, or whatever. And that's the way that people will learn. And this poor woman was just, you know, sort of, she was bombarded by this one person. No one else bombarded, just this one trans person saying you just don't understand. You're effing jeffing this, you're effing jeffing that, you're a bitch. How dare you say that? How dare you comment on this topic? Blah blah. You know nothing and everything. And so I had to apologise and say, look, not all trans are like that. Some trans are just living their lives happily, living their lives, being themselves, and you know, and we wish to educate people about it and not screaming and shouting at people, which never gets us anywhere, does it? Imagine having an argument with your better half, or not better half, your other half. See, I'm so old-fashioned, 82. But you know, and they're screaming and shouting at you and saying something, and then you say something back, and or if they ask you to do something, like a parent to a child asking a parent asking a child to do something, and the child's there going, no, I don't want to. So the parent starts shouting, and the child just puts the heels in. I'm definitely not going to do it now then. And it's the same with society today. If anybody is just there with the, you know, gets their backs up and starts screaming and shouting at people or individuals, then they're not going to learn. They're just going to turn out, well, sod you then, and they're just either going to walk away or scream back at you, and nothing is achieved that way. So that's what I was trying to point out about that. And another thing as well, and I see this all the flaming time, and I just really, 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 you know, boils my pee. It really does, because it's just so pathetic. There's one guy who was just there going, oh, okay, so I identify myself as a 99-year-old man. And that, if it was only that easy, and that's what I said, Maurice, I think his name was, I said, if it were only that easy. I said, you know, fighting for 48 years to be who you really should be at birth. That was me. From the day you were born, basically, up until I had my surgery at 48, just fighting and clawing my way up, and still with a smile on my face. I think I had a bitch fest once or twice towards somebody, but anyway, and I said to him, if only it were that easy. And I explained everything I had to go through, and even the GPs I saw at the very beginning when I was 21, what they were saying, and you know, and then going through to today and everything. And if only it were that easy, just wake up one morning and just say, oh, you know. So, but mine was waking up every morning sort of hoping I wouldn't be feeling like death or wanting to kill myself. But hey ho, I'm still here. But anyway, so that was that, and trying to explain that to somebody is just unbelievable. And unfortunately, he didn't answer back, which, you know, because I suppose he went, oh, okay, so it isn't that easy. And it's not that easy waking up one morning and just saying, oh, okay, today I want to be a girl. And it's definitely not that easy. And a lot of people seem to think it is, and it's not. Believe me, it's not. Believe me, it's bloody not. I'm telling you. Because it's years and years and years and decades of fighting with yourself, within yourself, thinking, oh my God, what's wrong with me? Why am I like this? Why do I feel like this? And people feeling all alone and thinking that they're the only person, like the only gay in the village, as it were. But, you know, the only person that are like that in the whole community and feeling like that. But you're not. And even though each and every journey that we go through is totally, totally different, because we experience things differently from every and any other individual, we always have done, always will do. My experiences will be totally different from your experiences, and blah, 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 and vice versa. Even like going shopping, my experience of going shopping will be different from your experience, because you're not seeing through my eyes, and I'm not seeing things through your eyes, blah, 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 and all that. And, Do you know, I think it's going to snow, you know, the next couple of days. It looks a bit here. But anyway, so, pardon me. But, oh God. But yes, so carrying on with all that, and we don't need to be vicious. We don't need to be nasty. We don't, to get our point across. If somebody doesn't understand, help them to understand, or at least talk to them about it and just say, oh, okay, this is the situation. If you still don't understand or don't want to know more, that's fine, just walk away. Screaming and shouting at somebody gets us nowhere, and we all know that from arguments with people and our better halves or other halves or whatever, about you know, how we are and how we were and everything. And you know, I'm losing track here now because I've got a movie on there. It's the Hammer House. It's a Hammer horror movie, which I absolutely adore. British movies, Hammer, the like 60s and 70s, and I think this one looks like 60s anyway. So there's all some famous people in there. Lovely. But anyway, so yeah, so that's what I wanted to talk about. The fact that I got upset by a trans woman, a trans girl, screaming and shouting at a cisgendered woman, and I found out that cisgender is the Greek opposite. Is it Greek or Latin? One of the two. It's all the same. It's all double Dutch to me. It's all Greek to me. But I was going to say, yeah, so cisgendered is opposite to transgendered. So basically, I'm transgendered. So say, for instance, if you're born a girl and you're still a woman now, grown up to be a woman, and you're happy in that you're a cisgendered woman, or cisgendered man, or boy, or girl, or whatever. So I'm going to look into all this non-binary stuff because I don't understand it personally. That's another thing I have to do, is just... It personally, to me, doesn't make sense because everything has a binary code. Everything on Earth has a binary code. It's all mathematical and everything. And so being non-binary means that you're not non-existent, because everything, including the lamp over here, is binary. Well, inanimate objects, I don't think so. I don't know. I'll look into it. But plants are binary. Animals are binary. Humans are binary. So I don't know how somebody can turn around and say they're non-binary, because I mean, does it mean that they don't exist, or does it mean that they're a statue? I don't know. But anyway, so I'm just being silly now, and I do apologise for being very, very silly, and I shouldn't joke about stuff like that, because some people take it very, very seriously, and it should be so. But and see, because I want to have a look and see if it is a medical thing as well. Being non-binary, because being trans is a medical issue. Some of us have it's like XX and XY chromosomes. XX is one gender, XY is another gender, and some has an extra chromosome, XXY or XX or XYX or Y or whatever, which I'm going to look into as well. And I was literally on the borderline male female. So they found that out when they did my blood test and everything. So that was only with my to do with my hormone levels, and testosterone to estrogen, and I was literally on the borderline. So that's why I've never been hairy, and okay, good thing I suppose. But unless I've got big boobs, grown, but homegrown as it were. But anyway, so yes, so the lesson. Are you all sitting comfortably? Then we shall begin. But what I'm trying to convey is that being nasty and being vitriolic and screaming and shouting and calling people names and swearing at them will not get us anywhere. If anything, it'll push us back even further. And especially in this day and age, what's going in the world, happening in the world today, especially in the UK and the US as well, by the looks of it. We shouldn't be like that. We shouldn't be fighting each other. Acceptance is good, and sitting down and talking to people if they don't understand it, and get them to try and understand, is good as well. And the other one is the word I absolutely hate is oh God, what is the word? It'll come to me. And it just totally means different from the way what we use it. It just basically means that oh yeah, we're putting up with you. We're not for you. We won't help you with your. We're not your ally. We're not this. We're not that. We're just basically we are tolerate. That's it. Tolerate. Tolerance. To tolerate something, it means just to put up with it without asking questions, and which I think is wrong. To actually tolerate somebody just means oh yeah. Well, it's a case of being forced to. Be in the same room as them or whatever. That's how I see that word. To tolerate something is like to put up with it without just to put up with it regardless. And to actually to tolerate someone is like that. Acceptance. I think we should change the word tolerance to acceptance, and I think the world would be better. And that's what I say is. Don't tolerate me, accept me as an individual, accept me and accept each other as an individual. Don't tolerate each other because you have to, because they're a member of your family or because you work with them. Accept them for who they are, not what they are, for who they are, just an individual. And that way you will learn from them through acceptance, and you will learn more through acceptance, I personally feel, than you would through tolerance. Because to tolerate something, we tolerate pain because we're only allowed to take a certain amount of painkillers a day, so we tolerate the pain for the rest of the time. I tolerate my pain because I can't take certain pain medication because I've been told not to. So basically I'm tolerating something that I don't like and something that I wish I could get rid of, and that's tolerance to me. It's like you're putting up with it because you have no choice, and if you had the choice, you wouldn't. So acceptance is better than tolerance, I think. But hey, each to their own. Maybe if you start tolerating somebody, you might learn to accept them and learn to like them, and that they are individuals, because we are individuals. And I've got to go anyway because I've got my tea in the oven and I don't want it to spoil. But anyway, so thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and I will be back with you. What is it? Thursday. I'll be back with you on Saturday because I'm not going to give you any more holidays until Crimbo, and see what happens there. I might give you a day off. I don't know yet. I don't know, or I might just do a big panto thing with bells and whistles and everything. But hey ho. But anyway, so thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and I'm watching on again. And please share, and I keep saying this, if you think that one person would benefit from my videos either by having a giggle, having a laugh and taking the mickey, by all means do it. It just means that they do, that it takes a minute out of their worries, stops them worrying for a couple of minutes by watching me and having a giggle. But if you think that what I'm talking about will help people with their anxiety and things like that, make them feel better, fine, use it that way. Or if you think that somebody who you think is lost, for want of a better word, and are trans, and get them to watch the videos and see if they are, and if they need any help, get them to get in touch with me, or you get in touch with me personally yourselves. At the bottom here, leave a comment, or Facebook or Twitter, and then I'll get onto it. And if needs, I think my email address is on this page. If it is, I'll check it, and then if it's not, I'll put it on there, so you can email me anyway. And I keep saying this, no matter what you send me, it will be done anonymously. I will not name you. Nothing like that on my videos, because it's all anonymous, apart from me, of course. I could never be anonymous. Never, ever, ever be anonymous. But there you go. But anyway, so thank you for watching. Please share and click like and subscribe and all. You know the gist of it all now anyway. So, but anyway, thank you so much, and hope you have a lovely couple of days. Hopefully it'll dry up. But I do feel as if snow's coming, or at least sleet is coming. But hey. But anyway, so speak to you soon. Bye-bye.